Great divorce. Have you heard of that? Great divorce. It's when people are a little older but established marriages, and usually they would say, why don't you stay together? Where are you going? You don't have any money. What are you going to do without him? What are you going to do without her, right? Well, that's the old way of thinking. Let me read this. Americans age 50 and older are getting divorced more than ever, with almost half of all broken marriages in recent years coming from aging Gen Xers and baby boomers. Nearly 40% of all divorces nationwide are among couples 50 years and older. What's changing over here? Let me bring in a local divorce attorney, Susan T. Perkins. She does divorce work and family law in Rhode Island. Hi, Susan. Thanks for joining us. Are you in your office?
Thanks for having me, Gene. Yes, I am.
Oh, I see those. I see those
Newport.
diplomas. Did you put those up for us? Or is that...
I earned every one of them.
All right. Now, you do divorce work. Do you believe this to be the case? Older people are not staying together anymore. They want out. They're busting up. Have you found that to be true?
It's so true, Gene. It's such a great topic to cover. I think what we're seeing is an entirely different generation, like you said, baby boomers and Gen Xers, that are redefining what marriage means in the second part of their lives.
Well, what are they saying? I want out. I don't care. I'm not staying together. Not for the grandkids. Not for you. Not for anybody. I have a life to live. I'm busting up. Is that simple as that?
I don't know if it's as simple as that, but I think that they're realizing that there's more to life. You know, people are living longer. Social media is a big part of our culture nowadays, and they're seeing people that are older and happier, and they're looking at what they've been enduring for, 20, 30, 40 years, okay, and they don't want to do it anymore. They think that there's more out there for them to do, whether it's, getting involved in new groups or having different interests than their spouse. I think it's a lot more than just like, hey, I want out. I think it's years of, enduring abuse, living with people who have addictions, whether it's drug, alcohol, or mental health issues. When the kids are gone, they realize that maybe what their whole marriage was the children, and now they don't have a lot in common.
Now, listen, I think you hit on something, and that's we live longer now. People, I want to be 87, 88. So if you're in your, let's even 60, and you got a miserable marriage, you're looking at another 28 years here. You think that's a motivation? Is it money? Are more women working now? You have a dual income. I don't care. I have my own money. I made my own money. I'll be fine. It's no more. Where are you going to do? How are you going to live? What do you see?
So I think that's a big part of it, Gene, but I like women working more. And I'm not saying that women are initiating this as much or more than men, but I also think too, like where we're at in 2026, homes are worth more, retirements are worth more, investment accounts are worth more, people are making more, which will be a little less sort of scary to leave at 60 or even 70 than it would be if they, weren't going to get as much for the house or not have as much in retirement. So I think they're seeing, both men and women are seeing, well, we have more, so maybe, and we're going to live on a little less. We can do this. And you hit the nail on the head as far as like when we live longer and you look at the next 20, 30 years, you want to be doing the same thing you were doing unhappily for the first 20 or 30.
Yeah, but we can make a list. You're right. 401ks. If you started socking it away, it might have $1 million, and you're going to get half of that, maybe two. You don't know. The house. Some of these homes have tripled in value. That's a lot of money you're coming into. Women work these days. It used to be they would say, well, where are you going? How are you going to live without his income? Those days are gone. When people come to you, even older. What is the number one reason people are busting up? Is it because I just can't stand them anymore? I just can't stand her. We fell apart. We don't love each other. It happens in life. What is it?
So I think it's a little of that, but I also think that they see happiness and less stress somewhere else. Like, for example, we see a lot of men and women who have gone through or are going through a significant health issue. Mm-hmm. And one of the spouses, either they don't come to the table to help, they're not offering to help, they're not interested in helping or, being supportive or positive about the illness. And the spouse who's sick is like, okay, well, if he or she is going to treat me like this or not treat me like this, why would I stay? So we see that a lot. I think we see situations where they have grown apart and now the spouses found new interests and new friends and
Yeah.
different things that the other spouse doesn't want to be involved in.
No, the magic is to grow together. Unfortunately, that's not part of human nature sometimes. For better or worse can be a phrase, and for some people it's worse. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate your time. You're a divorce attorney, and I would say I hope you get more business. Not really, though. Right? It's always a tough thing to go through a divorce. But thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.